What up, guys? This is RCAtheGreat from Madden Surgeons coming at you with some tips to not only help your run game, but your overall game by using pre-snap adjustments, which can be used as mind games for your opponent. So pretty much once you start to attack with your run game, you really want your opponent to be uncomfortable and always on their toes. And there's 5 progressive steps that I always look to suck my opponent into when I start a game. Number 1, I want to make their defense shift, which creates holes. Number 2, I want them to blitz me to open up the pass. Number 3, I want them to be loading the box, taking people out of position. Number 4, controlling a linebacker or a safety to try to blitz through the gap or something by themselves. And I want them to be run committing. Now, there's a couple different ways I use to make this happen, which I'll show you later. Number 1, I use a lot of motion. I use a lot of hip taps when I'm faking like I'm going the other way. I'll use fake hot routes, and I'll come out in small packages or heavy packages like strong tight or I-form heavy or something, just to get the defense to shift to where I want them to go. Alright, before we get into it, just remember that it's always important to know your audibles and know what playbook you're using. For this video, I'm using the Kansas City playbook, and I'm either going to be going out of the pistol ace from the strong power to the halfback dive. I'm using a little bit of strong tight, and I'm also going some weak and some single back forms. Alright, we're going to get into the video, and I'm just going to show you how to run inside and outside using your audibles, and I'm going to talk about the other stuff a little bit later. Alright, we're out in pistol ace, and when this play starts, you can see that the line is spread. So I just switched to my halfback dive real quick. Get up the middle for about 8 to 10 yards, which is a pretty big pickup, especially in big games. In this play, the line is still spread, so I could go halfback dive, but that linebacker creeped up to the middle. So I just switched to my power and flipped it to the other side, which is a good feature of the pistol ace. You can just flip to the other side without actually tapping your hip. I really like that, so I take this play into the end zone for a touchdown fairly easy. Defense comes out in this play, and they actually crash their line and their linebacker, and they move their safety up. Anytime this happens, you have an open side to the outside, right or left. I could have gone either way and had the same result. Big gains here. On this play, you actually got the defense actually showing blitz and bringing everybody in. There's different places I could run, but I actually want to use motion for this play. A little fake hip tap, like I'm going to go the other way. I'm still going to the right side. The safety follows the tight end, opening up the right side for me, giving me the space I need to run, giving me about a 7-yard pickup, which is good for me. I'll take 7 yards anytime. I'm actually in the strong 2 tight ends formation now. I'm just going to run a strong power to the right, just see what kind of pickup I can get. And now I'm actually going to start using my motion more, showing you guys how the defense might shift in the game. So I'm bringing my right tight end over to the left, seeing how they shift. The defense shifts to the left or slide to the left. I'm going to run to the right, or I'm going to run up the middle. This time I take it to the right. I don't get too much, but like I said earlier, pound the ball. 3 yards, 4 yards, you want those type of pickups. Not everything is going to be a big gain. Here I bring them to the left and I actually run the halfback dive, and like I said, I'm picking up more yards because the run game is a grind game, guys. Don't just think you're going to get 20 yards every run. In turn, you can do the same exact movements, hip tap, motion, and actually be doing a pass play to get the defense out of position. So once they start moving around, you're just doing a little slant or pass play to keep them honest. You don't want them always biting all over your run. It's not only about the run. This is opening other things for you. I'm in my single back formation right now. This is one of my favorites. Big jumbo formation. I bring my tight end over to the left just to open it up a little bit, and I run to the right for a big gain. Now, the reason why this formation is one of my favorites is because it has a lot of auto motion plays, which really starts to play games with the people you're playing against. You hit them with the motion that you're doing by yourself, and then you hit them with the auto motion, and it really goes well. That time I run the ball off a motion I did myself. So I'll show you in this next game. I'm actually going to show you guys some actual gameplay this time of me doing this stuff, because it's not just only in practice that this works. So here you go. I actually have a Super Bowl game from Madden Ultimate Team in the All Madden tier. So let's get right into the game. The guy scores first. He has a pretty good team. He has a bunch of legends on his offense. I come out and I notice that my run game is working. So I see the middle open. I switch to actually a shotgun play, and I run up the middle to get a big gain. The way I'm playing this guy, I really want to conserve the time. Run the ball on him, keep the ball out of his hands, and just probably win by a field goal or a touchdown at the end. You can see he crashed his line. He even run commit. I just took it to the outside like I showed you guys earlier in this video. This play, his line is spread, so I run the dive just like I showed you in the practice mode. In this play right here, I come out in pistol ace again. Like I said, I'm looking to conserve the time, so I'm just going to go right up the middle again, even though the middle is kind of stacked. But I don't want to get too many yards here because I still want the time to tick after this 2-minute warning goes by. So I pick up a nice first down, but I still have the time ticking in my way. Now I'm going to start working my run more just to get the time going down. I know I'm going to score, but I want to score on my time. I run to the right for a big pickup because he had his line shifted to the left. This play here, he actually starts to crash his line once again. He's run committing just like we want. We want them to run commit. We want them to move their players all around because we want to open up stuff for ourselves. This play right here, I actually run the same formation I've been running for the run plays, but actually run a drag to Mike Evans because I know he's going to bring his middle linebacker out of position and give me the touchdown that I need. Because he respects my run game so much in this game, he starts crashing his line. He starts bringing his middle linebackers in, just like we talked about in the first part of my video, getting people to respect your run game and taking those five steps that I said, crashing the line, blitzing, and the ultimate sin, run committing. I come back out in my single back in the first play of the third quarter, and I know he's been crashing his line. I know he's been committing. So I come out and I send Mike Evans deep on a pattern, play action fake on the auto motion. He bites the auto motion. I send Mike Evans deep. Easy touchdown. A little showboat at the end just to show him that I knew it was coming. Everything's going my way now. If we can only stop Michael Lervin and Troy Aikman, this guy's offense is beast. I don't know how these people get these teams, but it's all good because my run game is going to take me to the championship. Once again, he scores, just like I said. I'm going to get the ball on the kickoff, and I want to hold the ball for the rest of this game. Madden Ultimate Team is 3 quarters, so it's very easy for somebody that's good at running to keep the ball. I come out in this play in my strong formation that I showed you in practice, and I'm just looking to take him up the middle because he's giving me a bunch of space here. Chris Ivory's going to run for about 4 to 5 yards, easy pickup. Now I'm coming out in the pistol trips, counter left, just to pick up the first down. Like I said, I'm not trying to break any too big runs right now because I'm trying to keep the ball in my possession for a while. Right here, once again, 1st and 10. He's not stopping me at all. I'm taking him on Doug Martin, shotgun blast right up the middle. He's leaving his middle open all day, and I'm going to take advantage of that. Every single play, I'm going up the middle because he's giving me that. Once he starts giving me the outside, I'm going to take the outside. This play here, I come out in my pistol ace. I start flipping the play around because I see the middle once open once again. Big gain this time, getting me closer to field goal range with a 2-minute warning coming up. This play, he actually does a nice run commit and stops me to the outside with Chris Ivory taking me out of field goal range. But as I said earlier, I'm not going to stop running on this guy because he hasn't stopped me. I take him up the middle once again with Chris Ivory, putting myself right back in the field goal range because I know I have Janikowski. He can make a pretty long field goal. My last run, I hit the wrong hole. Doug Martin takes it up. It's 4th down. I'm going to take the field goal. I should have went right, but I take the field goal, and I still end up winning the game at the end. I ended up catching an interception with Clinton Dix. Luckily, I have him. Pretty good game, pretty good Super Bowl. This guy was competitive. So as you can see, this stuff does work against competitive guys. You really want to work your audibles. You want to work your motions. You want to work your hip taps, fake hot routes. And the stuff that I showed you today is not limited to what you can do. You can still do so much with this by putting people in motion, tapping your hip, fake hot routes. You can come out in small packages and still pass the ball. You don't want to come out on 1st down and just run the ball every 1st down. You want to come out on 1st down and pass it. Come out on 1st down and run it. You want some of your looks to be the same. You want to hip tap and then motion and be running. Hip tap and then motion and be passing. If you're playing the game and you're passing all game and then all of a sudden you hip tap and you're running, and that's the only time you run, they know every time you hip tap you're running now. So mix it up, play mind games with people, make them really think what you're doing next. And that's the biggest tip I can give you. Stop being so one-dimensional and running the same play over and over, and your game will be fixed up. So once again, we're Madden Surgeons, Jay Bronx and RCA the Great coming at you. Leave us a comment, subscribe. Let's go.